Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all you beautiful people of the internet, and welcome to the Full Send podcast. My name is Dalton Smith, and we've got Cooper Lund over there. What's up, my boys? Good to see you.
How's it
And
going?
we got our Warmy Master. We've got War Master 31. We've got Parker Jones right over there.
I missed the chair.
What's up, you beautiful bastard? How you doing?
What is going on, everyone?
It has
Welcome
been a good
back.
week.
Yes,
Guys doing?
for sure. I'm pretty good, Dalton. Thanks for that intro. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're really welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Go me. All right, let's start with Cooper. Cooper, tell us a little bit about your week. What's some interesting stuff? Maybe some boring stuff.
Well, the week was pretty boring, if I'm being honest. I didn't really do much. Midterms are starting to come up, so we gotta.
That's a bitch right there, man.
Yeah. We're on that school grind for sure. RN.
Yeah.
But other than that, just culturing my brine shrimp, playing God,
Playing
doing some fun
God.
stuff.
You are my children and will abide
they
by
are,
my
bro.
laws.
They are my children. They are in the Garden of Eden because I just keep feeding them.
What happens when they start sinning against you, and then you have to kick them out of the garden?
When
What's
my brine
next?
shrimp start fighting me, dude, that's gonna be a scary time. The planet will be in ruins.
So we've got Cooper playing God over there. So what do you got Parker? Can you one up that shit?
No, I can't.
Can you one up playing
I
God?
can't one up playing God. No.
Oh,
But I am working on my first video, which will be up soon.
Ooh, you want to plug that in real quick? Good job for you, Mike.
plug it.
Plug it.
Warmy31 at YouTube. So yeah, and if you want to watch it live, it's on Twitch, which is Warmy31. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've been taking online classes, and I recently got Adobe Premiere, so it's really fun.
That'd have been great if I heard any of that. Because my computer froze right as all that
You
happened.
did. I
You
saw it.
definitely froze
You
real
definitely
hard.
froze.
You could definitely do, I don't know, edit that out or something.
Nope, I'm keeping it in.
Staying in.
Staying
We'll talk
in.
about it later.
Staying in.
You know, that thing you were talking about, that is really inspiring. I felt it touch my soul. And
Congratulations to Parker for getting his
Thank
first video out.
congratulations, my dude. So you may be wondering, your host today, me, what do I do in a day-to-day life? Well, today I practiced some social skills. I walked into the student union planning to go get pizza, and then immediately opened the door, locked eyes with someone, decided, nope, I'm not doing this, and then walked right out.
And he came to Doba with me.
Just because I had locked eyes with someone, I was like, nope, this social interaction not gonna happen today.
Time to go.
Imagine how that person's day went. Just like, this
They're
dude walked in, looked me in the eyes, and walked back out, dude.
It's like I know some shit that they didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, there's that guy. Fuck, I can't be near him.
That guy.
But I've been trying to, I've been trying to get healthy lately. I mean,
That's
I've
good.
been looking myself in the mirror and I've been like thinking, you know what, you need to improve with your life. So I've been wanting to go running for the past couple of months.
Wow.
But I just, woke up one day and I decided, fuck all that. I'm gonna take the stairs and feel a little bit better about myself. So I've been taking the baby steps, right?
Good enough.
I've been taking the stairs as often as possible, which
Good for you.
I've learned that I take stairs a lot more than I want to.
Sixth
Stairs
floor, buddy.
Sixth floor, buddy.
Stairs are low-key annoying AF, bro. But shout out stairs for sure.
Shout out
Yo,
stairs.
shout out
for
to
real.
stairs, because
Shout
going
out
down the
stairs.
stairs is just like controlled falling. You
Did you know stairs
you go
have
really
more
fast.
depth?
Isn't running controlled falling?
No, that's controlled. I don't know.
Moving on. Did you know that stairs have a higher body count per year than great white sharks do?
Like they fuck people?
Oh,
yeah.
yo, shout out stairs, bro. What
Yo,
the
shout
fuck?
out stairs.
Yo.
That's funny.
We just went black right there. We everyone good?
I think we lost Dalton.
Uh-oh.
Look at
Well-
the face he's frozen on.
There's nothing for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think we lost him.
Oh, so Cooper.
Yeah. How's it going?
I see you got a new sign, bro. I see you guys.
I do, yeah. It's too bad that you can't actually see it on camera because it's too fucking bright.
It's
Um,
fine. What does it say?
$40 on Amazon. It's actually just it's like a mug that says beer underneath it. It's actually really cool. I dig. It fits my apartment vibe. So
Your Oregon apartment vibe.
yeah. I just need another one that says marijuana or something.
Mm.
Fit the real marijuana status or
Mhm.
Oregon status.
Oh, welcome
Oh,
back, Dalton.
Dalton's back.
So you may be asking yourself, as a viewer, is this going to be a thing that just happens? And the answer is
Yes.
Yeah.
our school, because we go to school and we're poor and broke, has shit Wi-Fi, like straight up garbage. Like I could probably get better service if I plugged my computer into a dead raccoon. Like,
Oh. I
like
was
it's
expecting
fucking,
potato there, but-
it's fucking awful. So what were you guys talking about while I was gone my little baby?
we're talking shit about you. You know?
Oh, yeah,
we're
that's-
talking
that's fine.
mad,
Mm,
mad
so-
shit, bro.
Yeah, mad shit,
good.
bro.
Well, let's get our little podcast underway today with our first topic of the day.
Okay.
We already started. But all
Oh,
right.
fuck you.
What's our first topic, Dalton? Hit
The
us.
first topic is let's talk about classic movies from like the 2006 childhood movies. What was your favorite childhood movie?
Star
I
Wars
personally-
Episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
what,
my
what
childhood
part was
movie.
your favorite about that movie?
Probably.
If you say Jar Jar Binks, I will come over there and fucking kill you.
Fuck Jar Jar,
Probably.
bro.
I hate sand. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate sand. Any scene with sand, I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul.
Duel of Fates,
Ooh.
baby.
Because it's so good. It's just oh my god, you guys suck.
Dude, for like the longest time, because like growing up, I didn't know there was like a big separation in between the movies, you know? So I thought like they were just really old movies. So I saw like I saw the original Taken and it had Liam Neeson in it. And I was like, look at that guy. He's like the same guy from that one movie, but he's like the same age. It's like, is this dude a time traveler? Like, what the fuck?
Yes. Yep. He's a time traveler. Liam Neeson is a time traveler. Not
He's a
only-
time traveling god.
Not only does he find people and kill them, but he also gets murked by Darth Maul.
He's like Doctor Who with a John Wick like vendetta.
Sure, something like that.
So Parker, moving on
Yeah.
to you. What is your favorite childhood movie? Fucking idiot.
You know, fuck that idea. My childhood movie in like 2006 was that Sonic X, bro.
Sonic
Sonic X,
Never
bro.
seen that movie.
Oh.
Bro. So what was it about Sonic X that you just absolutely had to have?
It was good. I don't
Why
know.
you gotta make it sound like that, bro?
It was just good, bro. The theme song too, bro. Sonic #1, Sonic. You know.
I cannot relate because I did not watch that, but I mean,
Yeah,
you know, I'm getting
I've
what you
seen that
put down. Like,
Dr. Eggman, bro.
ooh, hey, bro, are you gonna see the new Sonic movie when it comes out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm actually low-key hyped for it, not gonna lie.
When does it come out?
Never. I don't
I don't know.
It's just a big hoax.
they just canceled the release, dude.
They
After
went
the-
through the problem of just like, you know, making Sonic different, but all they did was just adjust the trailer. That's all they did.
after the CG fuck up. They were just like, we can't fund this movie anymore.
Fuck it. I wonder how much money they are in the hole. Like
Too
$2.
much.
too much. $2, bro.
$2 to pay for that graphic designer who did that.
Yeah, that guy probably got fired immediately after that trailer release.
You made our Sonic look like shit. Was
The
your
promotional
idea,
guy was
sir?
like, no, it's a really good idea. If we gave him huge eyes and
Yo, if
So
we
the
made
kids
him
will just
actually
connect
look
instantly.
like a hedgehog, but human.
and they
Some
come back and they're all
animated shit,
confused.
bro.
They can't figure it out. They're like, they wanted the classic Sonic. I don't understand. I mean, we gave them this perfectly new
Classic Sonic.
one. They really want the classic one. I don't
classic.
fucking understand
Not
it,
enough
man.
fan service.
The fans don't know what they're talking about. And one guy at the table's like, you fucking idiot. You're fired.
Make his face
Yawn.
more realistic.
Realistic.
Fired, bro.
I want teeth. I
Teeth.
want
I want
Sonic
teeth.
Sonic.
Sonic teeth are a turn on, bro, for sure.
Mm.
All the furs are like, whoa, this is new.
I don't know about that.
Oh man.
I'm sitting in
thing-
like this open container, this dungeon, my cage. Where
Mr. Cage, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, Dalton's
my-
cage.
yeah, I was out for food and then they told me to go back because we were doing this. But anyway, so my cage is like it's got windows on all sides of it, as you could tell, and people
So
they
to
waved at
make
me
sure
as
that
they
was
passed
glass.
by. Yeah, I just in case like I hadn't checked before and I had a way out. So
no.
what the fuck where is he going?
Oh no, this is a bit, isn't it?
I
Oh
feel like he's
god.
gonna- I feel like okay. So I want to say something real quick. I'm about to die.
Touch it.
I'm about to die, and I just want to put in my will. Fuck you! Shut the fuck up, idiot! Fuck you!
Ah, the Full Send podcast.
Welcome back to the Full Send podcast. As you can tell, episode 2, just racking on with it.
It's episode 6.
That's episode 6.
Episode
You know what?
6.
It's on. But you know what? I've only been on for 2 episodes, and those are
True.
the only episodes that matter.
Full Send podcast 2.0.
Yo, sorry, my
Not
dog was a
bad.
little too loud, so I
Your
had to.
dog. Fuck
We
you.
had to go
Do you
feed-
actually
we had
want
to
me to
go-
turn down my audio?
Feed
You're
the
a little
cage,
loud.
man.
You don't like it when I get up this close?
Parker, did you give him a Swiss mix?
No,
Yeah, where's my
he's
Swiss
been
mix?
he's been bad. He didn't get food tonight.
I've been out
Oh.
of Swiss mix for like the past 2 days. Like,
That's sad, bro. Well, it's like 100 degrees where you live, so you don't even need hot chocolate.
Yeah, why'd you get hot chocolate anyway?
Yeah,
because hot chocolate is delicious. Fuck
it was
you.
the
And
winter months.
I'm too poor for milk. Okay, I can afford water.
Oh man, dude, lately I've been like craving hot chocolate, and I don't know why.
Then get
But, like-
yourself some hot chocolate, boy. It's delicious.
Bro, I'm broke. You know I don't go to the store. I eat boxes.
He eats brine shrimp that he grows.
Yeah, I eat my children. We lost all again.
Classic Oregon man.
Classic Oregon people. Classic people who live near the ocean eating their own children. It's just, one of those things that we do around here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And what is my favorite childhood movie? I'm glad you asked. All right, my favorite childhood movie is Over the Hedge. That is
Oh, dude, that movie is so good.
that is such a beautifully crafted movie and
It's
so ahead of its
so
time.
good, dude.
I love all the scenes where that turtle's naked. Fucking what's up with that
Oh
shit?
yeah.
Steve Carell, it took me so long to figure out Steve Carell is like a
Oh,
squirrel.
that
bro.
movie is. That
That was
is
Steve
fever.
Carell. What
That's
the fuck?
Steve Carell, bro. He's the squirrel.
He's hammy. He's
Yeah,
hammy.
he is. He's
The
hammy.
Squirrel?
He's the squirrel. He's hammy. Look it up if you don't fucking believe me. He's the
That
squirrel.
just changed my entire life, bro.
Dude, I love that part at the end where he fucking kills everybody.
They just got shocked, bro. What do you mean?
I need to
No.
watch that movie again.
That
bro.
movie is just I rewatched it recently. It's so badly like animated, but I mean it's still such a classic.
That movie
Badly
is a fever
animated.
Dream. That movie is
What
a
do
you
fever
mean?
Dream.
well,
What do you
as
mean
compared
badly
to,
animated?
compared to today's standards, but I mean at the time it was
Oh,
fucking
Sonic. Oh yeah.
At the time, it was like the Gandhi of movies, man. It just walked in and showed everyone what it was supposed to be
God.
like.
The Gandhi. I would not call Over the Hedge the Gandhi of movies, bro.
The Gandhi of the movies, man.
Oh,
No,
my
no, no, no,
God.
no, 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 no.
Nah, bro.
I just someone walked past the glass, locked eyes with me, and then immediately took out their phone and like put it up to their ear like they were on a phone call, but like I could see their screen and there was no phone call.
People really don't want to be talking to you like that.
I found some of this just socially awkward like me.
Any way to divert eye contact, just like
Any way to They're like, shit, spotted. Oh, I'm on the phone. Oh yeah, nice to meet you too, Amon. I didn't want to interact with anybody, so.
Oh man.
Funny, when I first got to college, I jokingly called my mom to ask her if I could watch a rated R movie. It was like a joke, and then my mom said, "You're an adult. Why are you calling?" Me?
Yeah, I was there for that. We were talking about Joker. We were talking about watching Joker.
Can I watch a
Rated
rated
R.
R
And I was like,
movie?
can I watch a rated R movie? And she was like, Dalton,
Mom, can I play the Xbox tonight?
Mom, can I stay up a little past my bedtime, please? Please, pretty. I know I've got an essay due on Sunday, but pretty please.
Mom, please, just like 30 minutes. Just 30
Just
minutes.
30
please,
minutes.
Mom.
Come on. Jeez.
That's hilarious. My mom would be like, "Get the fuck off the phone."
She's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Dude, being an adult, it's fun, but it sucks. I mean, financially, it sucks. I mean, freedom to do anything you want. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah, I can go out, hit people with my car, and there's no repercussions, bro.
I mean,
It's a
you can
great
no,
time.
there is
There's repercussions.
Dude, you're an
I
adult
haven't
now.
gotten
You
it
get
yet.
You go to
just
jail now.
you have to not be there when they show up. That's the solution.
Get out of town, bro.
Yeah. Parker and we've been watching Live PD a lot recently. It's such a good show.
So
Yeah.
good.
Live PD. I don't know what it is about Live PD, but it's just like the best thing ever. Watching people get like tackled or shit, or just the random situations that happen. I'm still thinking about that guy that's like he gets like pulled over, and the officer asks him, he's like, "Is there anyone in the back of your car?" And he's like, "Yeah, just an old friend of mine." And they pull him out, and it's his son.
It's his son. Just an old friend. Of
Just
mine.
an old friend of mine.
Yo, remember that one where in Arizona, like right where, like near us, that dude had his wife sit on an AK he had, like a full-on AK?
Yeah. Are there
Yeah,
any
they're like,
weapons in the car?
Dude. No, there's no weapons in the car.
Oh, sir, no.
Oh shit, an AK, bro.
AK-47. Oh man.
Parker, we were watching Coop or
Stroke time.
Dalton.exe has stopped working. So Parker and I were watching Live PD earlier, and this guy they pulled over these two girls with this guy in the back, and they were asking for his identification, and they pulled it out. What the fuck? That was what the fuck happened there?
That was fucking weird, alright.
So Live PD, all right.
Yeah.
So they pull over.
Finish the story.
They pull over these two women. It's got a guy in the back, and they're asking the guy for the ID. So he hands the ID out of his wallet, and then they're searching the car for like I don't know, probably drugs or some shit, or maybe like a copy of Barney the dinosaur, some who knows what.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Gotta
So
get that shit.
Yeah, you gotta get that illegal shit. Anyway, so they find two suitcases. So they pull out the suitcases, and one of them has another ID, his face on it. So he's got two IDs. So they're asking him about like this bag. They're like, there's nothing in the bag, but like, why do you got two IDs? And they're asking him all this questions. He's like, I don't fucking know, man. It was just I was set up or some shit like that.
I was
Like-
just set up.
So they keep searching the car, and they pull out another suitcase, and they open up the suitcase, and it's got fucking like arms. It's got fucking guns in it, like a lot of
Oh.
guns in it, like out the ass. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're going to jail. And he's like, I don't know where that came from. It was in the car.
Yeah, it's got bags of cash in there too, like plastic bags full of cash.
What?
Yeah,
What?
dude
That
was
was in
an arms dealer.
California, I'm pretty sure. It was like Paloma?
Yeah, what the fuck's up with California, man?
Yeah, what
Somewhere in
the-
California.
What the fuck? What the fuck is California?
What the fuck is California?
What?
Yeah, what?
What the
What
fuck
state
is
are you in?
California?
What
why?
the fuck is California?
Hey.
What state are you in? Why?
What state
What
are you
state
in?
are
Why?
and why? Parker, start with you. What state
No.
are you and why?
What state are you in? Why?
Hmm.
We're continuing this joke. What state are you in? Why?
What
Answer the
state are you and why?
I never answered this question.
All right,
No.
then name three.
Name
Name
three. Podcast, Bloody Nose, and Headset.
Yeah, we
Dalton,
could
name
put Dalton fucking dies on like.
Thumbnail. Full Send Podcast, episode 6, in parentheses. Gone
Dalton-
wrong.
Gone wrong. The classic
We
thumbnail.
can clickbait the fuck out of this video.
So we'll address that for a second. So I have always my entire life had just really bad bloody noses, and they happen out of nowhere. I haven't had them in like the past couple of months, but I guess they're back. I got to take my calcium. I've been skipping on my calcium, and that kind of helps prevent them.
Says
they
someone
were
who's
used to
trying
be-
to eat healthy.
Dude, they used to be really fucking bad.
How healthy can you be when you have bloody noses?
Yeah. How healthy could you be when you're not getting your calcium?
Dude, it's fine. If I just drain my blood, the fat just goes out with the blood. I mean, fucking.
I don't know if you know medical stuff.
I'm just
Nah,
gonna
I
cut
don't-
myself open and grab the fat out and throw it on the ground. And then
Dude,
sew myself
I
back.
watched the entire show of House. I'm a medical professional at this point.
Doesn't he have like schizophrenia or something?
I don't fucking remember.
Wait, you said you've seen the entire thing.
Well, it doesn't mean that I pay attention to all of it.
Oh, you've just seen it. Okay.
But yeah,
Did he
they
have
used to-
schizophrenia?
I don't,
What did he
He's in
have?
a mental institution. He's just insane, man. That's all he is.
I've never seen the show. My sister.
He's
watched
smart,
it,
but he's insane. Like,
Alright, fuck
Schizophrenia
it.
Sounds right.
Nah.
yeah, I don't fucking know.
Switch
Yeah,
the topic.
Switch the topic. All right, so let's talk about furniture. Hasn't you guys been doing IKEA before?
So
Yes.
when I actually no, there's one near where I live, but I've never been. I've heard it's really cool, and it's kind of I feel like it's not really worth my time to go because I'm not looking to buy any furniture. That's the only reason I don't want to go.
Why not? Why aren't you looking
it's-
to buy furniture?
It's fun to just look around though, dude. Get some meatballs.
True, I guess they do have meatballs. I
Some
don't know,
do.
I'll have to go. So it's 2 hours away.
It's
So-
worth. It's worth. It's worth. It's worth.
Is it though?
Go see
I'm going
Sweden.
I'm going there
Go see Sweden.
2 weeks from now, so
Oh, so
Probably
you
so. I'm
are
going-
going there, huh?
I'm going camping soon.
Oh yeah.
Where are you
on
going
a
camping at?
on a shipwreck. Dead ass though. We're
On a
going near
shipwreck?
we're going during a shipwreck.
I don't
bro.
think you can sleep on something that's underwater.
No, we're not sleeping in the shipwreck. We're sleeping at the national park. Shipwrecks don't have to be underwater.
Dude, come on. They're ships. They're in the ocean. If one's wrecked, it's gonna be in water at some point. Like,
The man speak the true, bro.
Man, speak the truth.
He speaks the truth.
don't make me think I don't know what boats are all about. All right, fuck you.
Boats.
You go play
Anyway.
God over there. I'm gonna be over here with my boats, bro.
Anyway, we're going here soon. I don't know, when, but hopefully,
What the fuck?
Sorry, I saw somebody. I just gave him the pinky wave. You know.
of course. But yeah,
Oh.
we're going to not a national park, a state park. That's the word. Where there's a shipwreck on the beach. So it'd be kind of cool. They've got a big
Neat,
column.
brother.
There's
Is
a big column.
Is it haunted?
I hope so. I'm gonna go on it.
Oh, let's
Even
talk about
if it is
Who
illegal.
wants to talk about ghosts?
I
Should we get into
do.
that?
Ghost
Should we get-
stories?
I do.
You
I
got
do.
ghost
I do. I
stories?
do. I do. I do.
I've
I
got
do. I
plenty
do.
of
Yo,
ghost
we gotta-
stories,
yo,
but we'll start
we
with
gotta-
Paga.
Parker, we gotta dim the lights for this.
Oh yeah, change your light settings.
Wait. All right,
Don't worry, these are motion censored. Eventually they're off.
ghost story time.
Ghost story time. Parker, I'm gonna start with you when you start off with the get the real spooky sound. Fuck, dude, you don't have to get that spooky, all right?
Oh shit, bro, we're getting mad spooky in here.
upon a time in a house just like this. Anyway,
We're getting mad spooky in here, bro.
so Parker, tell us about your
Ghost story.
yeah. Tell us about that thing.
I don't have any ghost stories, but I have something that freaked out Cooper one time in my house. I think we just finished playing Outlast 2 or something in the dark, and then we were gonna go like watch like I think it was Lights Out, the horror movie or whatever, because my mom bought it on DVD. We just plugged it in, and I don't know who else was with us. I think it was Devin Slummer, and those two were sitting on the couch. I was in the kitchen and I was bringing back popcorn, and the lights were on because of the intermission we were having. And then when I came in and we started talking about the horror movie, the lights started flickering really fast.
No, dude, that was during Layers of Fear. That was during Layers of Fear too. It was after like a really intense scary scene, and then the lights just started fucking, and I was like, what the fuck? I was so scared. Parker,
think
we can
my-
tell the other story too that happened at your house.
Yeah,
The
tell
Bloody
me
Man.
as someone that with the bloody. What the
Oh
fuck?
shit!
What?
Okay,
All right.
I'll tell the story.
We gotta do- we
Actually,
gotta do-
Parker, you start the story, and then I'll pick it up from where I came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm literally asleep in my bed, and then my sister was awake. I don't know. She was like getting ready to go back to move it back into college. This was over. No wait, this was summer break. Okay, this was
Yeah,
last summer break. Sorry.
This was literally last summer.
Yeah, this was last summer. My sister Taylor, she was awake. She just came back from a party or something. I was asleep. I hear her knocking on my door. I wake up. I'm like, yo, what? And Taylor's like, are your friends messing with us or something? Because there's a light coming through my door, my window. because her window is like at the front of the house.
Dude, this girl's
And
girls.
I'm like, I don't know. No. I just talked to them. I was playing Xbox. So she's like, come with me. We go to the front door. I'm looking through the front door glass. There's literally like someone's both headlights are peering right into her window / our front door. And I'm like, there's no way any of our friends would do that, because that means their car is literally in our driveway or our like gravel like front porch area.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting here just like, what the hell's going on? And then we somehow got my mom awake. I don't know how, but we all started just sitting there not knowing what the hell is happening. And then literally like as soon as like we were gonna like start calling friends, seeing if people were messing with us, or go out there and see if it was someone, we see a figure come in front of the headlights. This dude comes like here. He starts
Like a real dude.
yeah, he starts walking. He's like all shaky and like hunched over.
Fuck.
And we like
murdered.
we hide away from the front door so he doesn't know that like we're sitting there watching him come to the front door. We hear him banging on the door like so fucking loud, really fucking loud, and like we didn't answer it. We're like, we're asleep. He did it like 5 times, and then he finally left. And I don't remember what happened that caused us to.
Wait, what time was this again?
Oh,
This is
So-
at like 2 a.m.
this is at 2 a.m.
2 or 3 a.m.
And I remember right before we like left the door, before the banging, we got really scared because my sister noticed that he had blood all over his shirt. So we're like, this
Did
dude's
she
bloody.
see that?
He's coming to the door. He's all bloody. He's hunched over. He's banging on our door, not saying anything. So we're like, all right. So we had our mom call the police, and meanwhile,
No, I don't think your sister saw that. I think I did. Because remember, you called me, and you were like, "Hey, I need you to come drive by my house, and make sure that
Well, no.
nobody's out there."
But,
No,
but
no,
either,
no,
either,
no.
he-
No, no, no.
either way, he has blood.
no, we knew there was a little bit of blood,
Okay.
but we didn't know he was like heavily bleeding.
Okay.
We didn't know he was bleeding. We thought he had blood on his hands, which he did, but we didn't know everything, you know. So that's why we called the cops first, and then we were like, Cooper's still awake, Tyson's still awake. Tyson's dad's a cop. Let's like call both these guys. I call Cooper first
No,
because
you
Tyson
called
didn't.
Tyson first.
He didn't answer. I called Cooper, and then I'm like, Cooper, I need you to like drive by my house and like
Well,
see who
no,
the
I
fuck's
gotta-
in my living room.
I got a call from Tyson because you called Tyson, and Tyson wasn't
Oh,
in
God.
town. And then
Oh yes.
I-
Sorry, I'm getting the
Tyson
story
called
mixed
me.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out of town. He was at like a
All over
grandparent's
the
house.
place.
He was coming back because I called him, and I told him to call you for some reason, and then you called me, and you were in your car and you were driving past. So
Here, I'll
go
break the
ahead.
story for
Were
Yeah.
you like freaking the hell out like the entire time like this was
Oh.
going on?
Yeah. So basically, what had happened was, it was like 2 or 3. I had some people over, and we had been drinking a little bit. So I get a call from Tyson, and he's like, "Hey, Parker says there's somebody outside of his house. Can you go check it out?" I was completely sober at this time. I wasn't driving drunk, I promise. And I was like, sure. I was like, it's probably just somebody who thinks that it's somebody else's house and they're trying to like fight them or whatever. And so I was gonna grab my 12 gauge shotgun that I had in the closet, and I was just gonna throw it in. And then if it was somebody who was trying to fight somebody, I'd just like walk out of the truck and just rack it once or something, and then be like, hey, get the fuck
Welcome
off
to
the
America,
property.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, welcome to where we used to live. So I drive by, I hop in my truck, and no one's home at my house. Everyone had just left, and I was just cleaning things up at that time. And then I hop in my truck. I didn't grab the shotgun, of course. And then I drive to his house, which is like a 2-minute drive, 2-3-minute drive.
Yeah.
And I get there, and so I'm driving around, and I come around this corner, and he's got like a cul-de-sac near his house. And so I see this like trailer, like car trailer, like wrecked into his tree and into a car. And then I see it has like a boat hookup on it too. And I drive, and then I see this dude, just like it straight looks like some scene out of like a zombie movie. His entire arm is covered in blood, like the entire thing. dripping. Like I can straight see this, and I drive around and I'm like, fuck this, fastest I've ever turned around. I call Parker immediately. I'm like, yo, dude, there is some guy covered in blood outside your house. You need to call the police right fucking now. And I'm literally like, the scariest shit I have ever seen. Like
Yeah.
shaking so
We were-
bad. Like I can barely hold the steering wheel. I'm literally
Jeez.
shaking so
we were,
bad.
me and my sister and my mom were hiding in the kitchen. We get this phone call. Cooper's like, dude, this guy's covered in blood. Call the cops right now. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, Parker's
like-
like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Parker, I
It's like not fucking around. Like
I was like, Parker, this is code red. Like I'm not
Yeah.
fucking around. This dude is covered in blood outside your house. You have to call the police right now."
Yeah, so then like I think it was like 5 minutes later the cops came. They knocked on our door to see that if we were the ones that called, and we did. Coming out outside our door, there was like a knock print on our door that was blood, and then there was heavily drips all over our front porch just of blood. You can see where he's walking and stuff. And this RV's in our fucking driveway into a tree. It smashed into my sister's car, destroyed the car.
so was it like a drunk incident? Like he crashed into
No.
like, the car?
So it's an old man. It's an old man that like is not like too like in
He's
his
kind of
right mind.
senile.
Yeah.
Oh, or like,
So-
or he can't like see well at night, or no? Sorry.
No. So
Senile.
what happened was he lives. So I'm in the cul-de-sac, right? I'm like right outside of it, like right here of the circle, and he's like at the top of it. So he just got back from camping in the trailer thing, in the motorhome or whatever it was, trailer, car, whatever. He got out, and apparently it was like in neutral. He didn't park it, so he got out, and then it started rolling, and apparently he got hit by when he got out, he got hit by the tailgate or whatever he had, So, like-
He got hit by like the boat trailer.
boat trailer. So that's how he cut his
Oh,
arm
what
and
the
whatever.
fuck?
And then he
Well, no, he got hit by the boat trailer.
Was there a boat
Hops.
on the trailer?
Yeah,
no,
hopped. Yeah, there was a boat on it,
yeah,
and then
okay.
there was that extra trailer that showed up.
More
He got-
trailers.
He got in his trailer, tried to stop it.
Yes,
put it
okay,
in
yeah.
park as after it hit the tree. He got out of, so it hit the car and then it went through, hit the tree. He got out of there, put his arm on the back window of the car, which had been shattered. So he cut his entire arm down
Holy
here.
shit.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
was covered in blood, got out, walked around to his door, and then was going around the cold, knocking on people's doors trying to get help.
Okay, so did he eventually get his help that he needed?
Yes.
What a
Yeah.
roller coaster of emotions this story was. At first, I thought you were getting. At first, I thought you were getting murdered, but now it's just like some guy that needed help.
So try coming off of being like kind of tipsy and then no one being home after, and you know like after you leave a party you kind of get like the the loneliness that sets in. You're like, ah shit, like all my friends left. Now I'm just
you're
gonna go
you're
to
getting
bed.
to some weird alcohol stuff that we all know, but we're not gonna talk about it.
Anyway, so I was kind of like a little, sad because everyone had left and the night was coming to an end. And then going and seeing that and not knowing what the fuck is going on, being like, there's a goddamn killer on the loose. Like there's a serial killer out here. Because I don't live far from him. So I was like, locked all of my fucking doors, pulled out my gun, straight was like sitting on the couch, just like scared out of my mind. And I called Tyson, and then we got in a group phone call with me, Parker, and Tyson was like, yo, this is code red as fuck. Like we are so scared right now. But it was, oh my god,
The
scariest shit of
scene-
my life.
The scene was crazy. Like my sister's car was totaled. She got a new car because of it. But like, it rammed into that shit, ran into the tree, ran over two like boulders that are in my like gravel front
Did
yard.
you guys not hear that from like inside the house?
I didn't hear shit, and Taylor didn't hear anything either. She just got annoyed by the lights shining into her room.
What the fuck?
Like-
This is the quietest crash ever.
Right?
It was so confusing, and we like talked to the cops. There's some random trailer that hit my car, and like we're like,
Yeah. So
Where'd
some
that come
random
from?
Like some random like flatbed trailer had like ended up into his driveway, and we don't know where it came from.
Just dropped from the sky, man.
yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
Maybe they had a trailer for the boat trailer, and that's just what happened. Like,
No,
No.
I don't know
It-
because the trailer was much longer.
It
Much
turned-
shorter than the boat.
it turns out it was in the middle of the cul-de-sac little grass middle thing, and
Yeah.
when it went in neutral and it was rolling, it hit that, and so it rolled with it, and that's how it.
What a
rolled.
weird like a. You know what? Yeah.
Scariest shit I've ever witnessed in my life.
We
Do you
cleaned
feel
we
like-
cleaned up as much blood as possible. But there's still blood on our driveway.
Yeah, you remember that whole thing about me coming to Idaho to visit you? Fucking scratch that. So,
It wasn't a
Yeah.
killer though, all right. It was just an accident.
Yeah, it's just
So-
a senile old man who got lost and
jeez, that's insane. Do you guys feel like if
Yes.
something like that were to happen now, do you feel like you'd be a lot more prepared and like equipped to like deal with it?
Well, what are the odds
No.
of it happening again?
Okay, well, I'll probably at some point maybe. I don't know.
I don't think I'd be as I don't think I could ever be prepared for that situation.
Yeah, you don't think?
Having no idea what's going on, my brain immediately went to the worst case scenario, and then this guy just murdered somebody and is now looking for his next.
Oh, of
victim.
course, you know it's your.
Yo, what would you have done if I would have died? Like you didn't make it in
If
time, huh?
you would have died, bro, I would have fucking went home, grabbed the gun, brought it back, shot the man.
straight
Yeah,
up go to jail.
I would have gotten vengeance for you, brother.
In this hypothetical, Cooper's like 50, 60. A type of old man that like someone tries to break into his house, but he's already sitting there on the couch like smoking a cigarette with like his 12 gauge, and he's like, "I've met men like you before. You're nothing."
You're nothing.
He's just like,
Scare me.
"You want to steal from me, eh? Good luck with that shit. I'd like to see you try."
Some
Bro.
Duke Nukem shit, bro.
That was a crazy ass time too. I realized that's also the time where I had like my surgery, so I was on some medication.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
like,
I was.
Parker, quick, get over here. You're like, I'm moving.
I'm
My butthole hurt.
Yeah, so I'm like coming
You
off
fuck-
being
hey, you son of a
drunk,
bitch.
on meds, dude.
Oh, just bleep that out,
Oh, man.
dude. But
It-
that's
well, if-
crazy.
If we're on that topic, you know like that fear of like if you have something attached to you and like something gets caught, you know what I mean?
No.
Like I think
Yeah, I know what you
me and Dalton talked about this. Like imagine, have you been to the hospital, Cooper? Have you been?
Yes.
Have you had like an IV?
Yes.
Have you ever had the fear of someone yanking that cord?
No.
Oh, well, you know that fear, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
I
the
can
idea of
understand
it might get like we were talking about this with insulin pump on them, and I was like, what if like one of the cords is like sticking out a little bit too much and it gets caught on something like?
Yeah,
That's
and I literally had that experience after that surgery, Cooper. It was like 3 days after it happened, and I had that blood vial thing that was inside me, and our dog Emmy jumped up on top of me,
Oh no.
and I pushed her off a little bit, and she went towards it, got her front paws, and got caught on it.
Oh.
So I was, it was in my pocket like it usually is, 'cause that's the easiest way to do it, and she got caught, and I had to lift her up and pull her off, and that like hurt. It didn't pull it out, but that fucking hurt.
For the audience
God.
members that don't know, Parker had a type of surgery a couple years ago. I don't think I'm
No,
able to
this
disclose
summer.
exactly. Oh,
Did
this
you go
summer.
into it?
Yeah, it was really. I don't think I could disclose it. That's up to Parker, but I'm just gonna leave it at surgery to just be
Mm.
general. And he was just kind of incapacitated for a while. So,
You know what? We might as well talk about it because we're probably just gonna meme about it later.
all right, fine. Parker has
Yeah,
two
send
buttholes.
it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, Parker's got two buttholes. The story of how Parker has two buttholes.
Yeah. So, one for show, one for use.
Go ahead, Parker.
Well, here's what I have to say. Don't
He's
sit
like,
on,
I didn't know we were talking about this today.
don't sit on a hard surface for more than 8 hours a day, because you're gonna get something called a pilonidal cyst.
Oh god,
Which-
it's so gross to me.
Literally, like I was just playing video games because I had nothing else to do that day. I was just playing with Tyson and Seth, some of our best friends, and like we were doing it the whole day. So I'm like, all right, shit, this is fun. I didn't have any chairs in the house really that were like comfortable, except for this wooden stool. So I was planning on that thing for like 8 hours playing video games, and like when I got up going to get dinner, I'm like, why is my ass sore? It felt like I like dropped on my tailbone, and
Dude, I don't know how
literally,
you could do that for 8 hours. Like I sit in one of those stools for like half an hour, and I'm already like, my left butt cheek's asleep. Like,
Yeah.
but like that night I got 0 hours of sleep. I was like rolling in pain, and like I went outside at like 4 a.m., laid on the couch, just like caressing my head, just like.
You're like,
And then
why is this happening to me?
yeah, my mom wakes up at like 5 a.m. to get ready for work. She sees me just laying on the couch, and she's like,
She's like, what the fuck are
uh,
you doing, you gremlin? Like,
why are you outside of your bed? And I'm like, I want to go to a hospital.
Mom, I'm in pain.
Yeah, and so long story short, I got a pilonidal cyst like that big, like on my tailbone, on the tailbone.
Oh,
So the reason why it hurt so
gross.
much was the pressure from that against my bone was pushing on my nerves, and then
Oh, God, dude. It hurts.
and then so before I say anything else, Cooper, we literally could have skipped everything and gone right to surgery instead of all that fucking bullshit.
Yeah, we could have.
But the
So what'd you do?
doctors at Quick Care thought otherwise. So
Apparently,
God,
wasn't
but
of course it's quick care, dude.
so we get there, they're like, all right, you're gonna need like, it's ready to go. You need to like drain it, and then we're gonna pack it for like 4 weeks straight. And
pack it. What do they mean? Pack
so
it?
by
Like
packing,
fill it with gauze.
like sterile
Oh,
gauze, they're gonna shove it
yeah.
in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like sitting here like twiddling my thumbs on that patient chair, listening to her say this. I'm like,
Can you knock me out?
I
have a
was
question.
hoping they tried. So go ahead before I go into this.
Okay, so you were in a waiting room, right?
I was in like those Quick Care patients, doctors.
Are they the type of ones that play music like in like the
No.
waiting room?
No,
Have you ever been in those hospitals before that like play
Yes.
music like in like the way? It's so uncomfortable because there's always some like shit song,
some like
like-
non-copyright shit.
or like, either that or it's like some weird song that just like doesn't get you in the mood for what's about to happen. Like it's like
In the mood for
What's New,
pain.
like,
Diagnosed with stage 5 cancer. And
Like
I'm-
they're
and I'm
playing like
listening
what's
to,
new,
like,
or it's not unusual. Like Sonata. It's like yes it is.
Yeah. But like she immediately said, "All right, go down to the operation room. We're going to start this off." I'm like and so first thing I'm giving my mom the worried eyes like, "I don't want to do this," but like we had to. And so I remember she saw me, immediately looked at the doctor. She's like, is he going to be like knocked out? He's going to have like a numbing for this?" And she's like, "Yeah, we can try, but I mean, the loss of fluids from when we do this will just like drain it right back out, so it's gonna feel bad anyway." So I'm laying on this fucking hospital bed. She cuts it with a scalpel.
This is gonna hurt a little bit.
I literally cried because it felt like 30 minutes, but it was like more like 10 minutes or like 15.
That's gonna be so
She-
uncomfortable.
She was just pressing on my fucking tailbone area, and I'm literally crying at this point. And after she's like, "All right, that's good enough," and like she keeps telling me to relax. I'm like, I can't, you know. And
It's like prodding like a
My
cow,
soul,
you know?
dude.
It's like
She-
with like a
It's like a horror movie, bro.
she tried numbing it, and it was numb. I actually felt the fucking injection of that shit too. That hurt.
Oh god,
But-
dude.
Oh, the numbing. It was a numbing injection. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, those things are so uncomfortable.
It was numb for
story makes my
3
skin
minutes.
crawl.
3 minutes, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Whoa, shit! No, I feel that." And then she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fucking sure."
Did
Are you
And-
positive? You're only
Did you
Yeah.
quivering in
at the
pain.
doctor?
Yeah. Well, I said shit. and after she was done, she's like, "All right, that's an acceptable level."
Acceptable. That's
She-
the worst thing to hear from.
She had tweezers and a non like it was like a needle, but not like a needle for a syringe, you know, like a closed needle.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "All right, you better grab onto something." She stuck it in there. She started poking that shit in there,
Oh my god, dude.
and
Keep in mind, this is all like right above Parker's asshole, like
Is it-
literally on his tailbone,
on my asshole, not on my asshole, on my tailbone. And
right next to it, not on it. but-
she obviously didn't like poke me, but I felt it. Like she was spreading it apart, poking it with an actual needle, pushing it in, and I'm literally crying. I'm gripping onto like a steel bar that they had for some reason. I'm like, you know, and
Oh, this is the worst story ever.
my mom
I'm
said
so sorry, Parker, for
my
all
mom
of
My mom said when she came into the office when she came in to see how I was doing after all that procedure, she came in and she saw that my legs were shaking and my ass was quivering. Like literally, I was
Cheek.
each cheek was quivering, my legs were shaking like
Oh
because I'm a tall dude. It was off the table and they were like, and
I'm so.
I had to do that 3 times every 2 days.
That's
That's
yeah.
horrid.
And I remember right after I got out of office, my mom went by like a Sonic. I got like a Sonic slushie or something. She's like, "You feel better?" I'm like,
No.
I'm sitting on my left cheek since I can't sit down properly. I'm just like trying to hold on. I remember my mom leaves. I pull up my phone. I'm like, Cooper, can you come over, bro? I need some friendship right now.
Yeah, that was the saddest phone call I've ever received. It was like Parker calls me. He's like, "Dude," and I was like, "Parker?" He's like, "You all right?" And he's like, "I need some help." He's like, I need some bro time right now."
I had some tears there too. I'm glad you said yes, because
dude, that's the true homie. All right, so full
And I was like, "Parker,
cast
what's
audience.
wrong?"
Let's give it. Us for Cooper for friendship, man.
I was when he came into the door, it was open or something. I was laying on a pillow with my ass up. I'm like, "Yo, you'll never know what happened, bro."
You'll never guess.
It was so sad because I was like, "Parker, are you okay? Like, what's wrong?" And he's like, "Can you just come over?" And I was like, "I'll be right over." Like, literally, not even like seconds later, I show up Parker and he's laying on the couch, like face like buried in the pillows, and he like looks up to see me, and I'm like, "You all right?" And he's like, "No."
What a true homie. Man.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
So did you go
Man.
immediately like in a surgery after that? A couple days
So
ago?
I had 3 weeks of the packing shit. Not 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So like 3 or 4 times, I think. We skipped a couple days. 3 or 4 times I had the packing, and I was on like 2 different antibiotics. And I had to go to my grandparents' house because we had no tubs in our house because we were like doing remodel for our bathrooms.
Yeah.
And they told me to like soak in that salt solution stuff or whatever to like draw out more stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to. Car rides were horrible, bro. Going over bumps, I'm like,
Oh.
and like,
You're making.
huh?
Huh?
He broke.
Yeah, this whole story like just makes my like skin crawl, bro. It's
Yeah.
so I can't imagine the copious amounts of pain that were.
I'll tell you right now, my ass strength though has increased. I had to
Hey.
keep some fucking gauze between there, so I had to like clench.
That's horrible. That's
so
gross, dude.
But once Dalton comes back, I'll talk about the surgery
here.
thing. Oh, hey Dalton,
Can you not
Um,
see me?
you're frozen.
You know that happens. You know,
There
here
we
at
go.
the Full Send podcast, we're just working it out. You go on. You know, some people die, and that's okay.
But
Anyway.
oh shit. But after those 3 weeks and taking fucking baths at my grandparents' house every day and packing like 4 times, they I had to go to immediate surgery or whatever, and so I don't remember what they were, but I remember sitting in that like that pre operation chair where you have the IV in already and they're taking your vitals. I'm sitting there just like, all right. She gives me a fucking 4 pills. She says she's gonna put 2 things into my IV bag, so she's like putting in the 2 like new syringes into it. She's like, take these 4 pills. I'm like, all right. And a fucking anesthesiologist comes in. He's like, so we're gonna put a fucking he didn't say fucking. We're gonna put a
We're gonna get this shit up straight up your.
All right, listen here, motherfucker.
Fucking
We're gonna
bend
pop
over.
this shit.
we're gonna put a boot in your lower tailbone. And so a boot means like
Like a cap for your tailbone.
no, like it's a numbing agent that totally blocks off all your nerves in that one area.
Yeah.
So like I had that for my knee surgeries, so I'm like, okay, I know what that is. I'm fine with it. I'm not allergic, so go ahead. And all I remember before that ever happened was my grandparents, my mom walking in with like pity smiles, like, have fun. I'm
You're
like,
gonna do great, honey. You're gonna do
and
Goodbye, friend.
I get wheeled into the
arms of the
I get wheeled into the operation room, and they're like, "All right, we need you to lay on your stomach." I'm like, "Okay," and then that's all I remember. I was knocked out. I wake up. I'm like, my ass hurts. And they told me they literally were like, so I wake up, and you're like, when you wake up from a surgery, you're all really dazed and like groggy, and you're like, and I'm sitting here like, what happened? This nurse comes in, she's like, okay, so first of all, try not to move that thing to your right. I'm like, my right? There's really like a stress ball sized like transparent ball that's got like red fluid in it. I'm like, what's this? And she's like, so that's the pipe that's connected to your tailbone, and it'll be continuously sucking out contaminated blood from the wound. And I'm like, so this is
my own blood.
yeah, I'm like, so this is attached to me? And she's like, yeah, so please don't get it caught on anything. It's attached via stitches. It's got a bandage on it. You're gonna have to clean around it every other day. I'm like,
That's gotta be so scary. That's gotta be so scary, not knowing what's happening, waking up and just having like a ball full of your own blood that's
Yep.
attached to you, bro. I can't imagine like the disorientation that comes with that.
And apparently I was out for a good while. The surgery took a while because I had to pee, dude. Because like apparently I was hooked up to that IV for so long, dude. So I had to fucking pee.
what was the total time? Do you know?
It was like it was a 20-minute operation, but like it was like another 20 minutes of me sitting with the IV in me, and like another 20 minutes after with the IV still in.
So like a good hour.
Damn.
Yeah, so I still had the IV in me. She took it out, and then like 5 minutes later, when she came back, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Is that okay if I stand up? And she's like, yeah. I stand up, punched over. I'm like, whoa. It was like the first. It was like the first day. Like the first time I ever learned to walk, because I was like, whoa, shit. Holding my fucking, holding my blood sack in my hand, just like, oh. And yeah, that I'll tell you right now that the operation was a lot better than the aftermath, because I had to fucking clean it every day, take a shower, make sure. I don't want to talk about this, but I'm gonna have to.
You don't have to.
I'm going to. It's gonna be gross.
For the memes.
Whenever I took a shit, which was 2 times a day, I had to immediately take a shower afterwards, and multiple times it opened and my shits were bloody.
Dude, that's
It- I had to wear diapers. I had to wear other things, bunch of fucking stuff, dude.
Oh,
Dude,
what a
worst-
horrible
worst day of my
Parker,
life.
you are a trooper.
Yes, seriously.
Dude, it is
You
the
were-
I
worst.
can't imagine like the embarrassment and shit that came with that too. Like not just the pain and whatnot, but like the psychological stuff as well.
You want to know what the first time my family ever saw it? Like not my immediate family, but like my grandparents, my aunts and uncle. We went to like I think it was like my aunts and uncle came over for the first time in a while. They came over. They were like, "Hey, what's up, Parker? Hey, you got a what's in your pocket over there? Why is it and what is that?" I'm like, "Oh, and I pull it out. I'm like, this is my blood." And
Casual, just like, yeah, this is me.
they're like, is that attached to you? I'm like, yeah.
No,
And
dude.
I had to wear the same shorts every day that had pockets, so I could just like fit it in my pocket. It looked like I had like a chain, you know, like a chain wallet or something.
Well, thank God you don't have to do that now. So.
You know what-
Seriously, bro.
You know what does suck though about having that? Is that now I'm prone to them, so I could have it again.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's so terrible.
Yeah.
No. Parker, I'll take you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Look
and,
after yourself.
Yeah.
Let's say, fuck the gauze cap thing. We're going straight to surgery.
I'm fine with that, but you're gonna have to deal with sulky Parker with a fucking tube tail. So
Parker, how are you today? Not any fucking better than yesterday. Shit hanging out of my ass, and I have to shower every 5 minutes.
yeah,
Oh,
it was
God,
it was a
that's so
horrible
terrible.
time, and I had to when I went to bed, so I don't roll over my fucking thing and it squirts back into my body. I had to lay on my right side and have it like draped over top of me and like in my hands right here, and I had to sleep like that the whole night, or else I would like
God.
roll and do something.
Good night.
And like
you're like kissing your blood bag goodnight.
and
That's so awful.
Please-
I'm
please
sorry
don't-
for you, Parker.
Please don't fall out.
and yeah, and then yeah, I was so fucking scared when Emmy stepped on it too. Like
Oh, man.
it started bleeding, but nothing happened. It was fine. It was pretty stuck in there.
Right, I
and
forgot. That's how this whole thing started.
Yeah,
We're talking
yeah.
about your
We've-
murder
we've come
case,
full
and then you
circle.
find the dog.
I'll end it with another gross part though. I had like first of all it was weird. The incision they had to make. So like they told me, they made like a bottom of a diamond. You know, like that above it, and then they took that off, and then they
Ugh.
took my right ass cheek skin and they draped it over, so now my right ass is a little bit smaller. and so I had stitches like a bottom of a V and then like a curve, so
Oh
it was
my
like a
God.
curvy 7.
Oh,
And
That's horrible.
so I had those stitches in me, and guess what? The
I don't wanna
nurse,
know.
the nurse that had to take out my tube and my stitches was one of my buddies from basketball's mom.
dude,
That's
what
Uh,
a weird bragging right. Like your mom's seen my asshole. Like,
She
Seriously.
she that part didn't hurt, but so the first thing she did, which I'm glad she did that first, she immediately took out that tube. That part hurt, and it was about this much that was in my ass. So let me see. That's
can
about
we just clip that for a second?
that's so here's my phone.
Take that out of context.
Here's my phone. It's about like from this side to like right here. That's how far it was in. And
Oh
she
my
pulled. I remember she pulled it out. It was the weirdest fucking feel. I'm like, oh, and then she came over and showed me from where she pulled it out. I'm like, oh.
Take this away from me.
And then she just started clipping away those stitches, bro. And every time those stitches came out, I was like, oh. It was like she was clipping toenails I didn't know I had back there.
And your second butt toenails.
Yeah.
We're
so,
gonna make a precursor to teeth, but it's gonna be called toenails. It's
Yeah.
gonna be in an
God.
asshole.
So anyway, that's my story of the worst summer of my life, senior
Dude,
summer.
Sums up,
On that note,
sums up to the full send podcast, man, where we
Yeah.
just talk about the stuff that no one else wants to get into. And thank you, Parker and Cooper.
Yeah,
you are
I
a trooper.
I say we wrap up this podcast.
Is that
on
what we're gonna wrap
that.
up on?
Yeah, I say we come to a close here.
Man, that really brought a downer to the podcast, huh?
No. I think we learned
Good note.
a
You're
lot of
fine.
interesting stuff. He survived. He's not dead. I feel, and his
Yeah.
I have to sit on a fucking cushion whenever I'm on a hard surface, though.
that shit is comfortable though. Like every now and then I'll go into his room. I mean, never mind because we're not in the same state.
You live in a
Uh,
cage. You can't go in his room.
Yeah, I mean I've seen pictures of it online. So
Online.
looks
Anyway.
comfortable.
Yeah.
But they're comfortable pillows. But
Dalton, you want to outro us here?
yeah, so thank you all you beautiful humans for getting into the Full Send podcast and spending a little time with us. Parker, you want to plug anything?
Like I plugged in the last episode, I'm starting to make more videos of highlights from my stream, which is Warmy31, and then Warmy31 on YouTube. So that's it.
Twitch.tv/Warmy31.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Hit me
Good
up with a follow.
streams, Good times, and you'll see a lot more of us. Also, Godfathers will be coming sometime.
You know, sometime near
Sometime.
future. We're
Yeah.
almost there.
We're getting around to it. But yeah, thank you guys for just spending a little time with us.
Follow
I hope
me
you
on
guys
Twitter
have.
At
I'm not, yeah, you,
TH 5 eyes and a Q.
you hear that I'm fucking. I'll get to you. I'm getting there. Fucking
Oh, sorry.
Cooper. Cooper, would you like to say anything?
Follow me on Twitter at TH 5 eyes and a Q.
Yeah, and don't follow me
five,
anywhere.
That's I, Q.
And hit Cooper up on Twitter or Instagram
Q.
about asking about our joining our special guest stars because
Or
he's
if you
our
have my
social
number.
man. He's the social man.
Yep.
All right.
And don't follow me anywhere. I'll still get a restraining order. But that has been the Full Send podcast. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.